Hello and welcome to Tuesday Night Live. I'm here and I'm a little bit late because I've been doing my hair. It's not even finished. So I'm not going back blonde. This isn't me in the process of being a blondie. So soak it up while you can. Bear will be gone tonight. I'm actually, in fact, I've got this one to go on. So what I've done is I've taken the dark out of it and I'm putting that on. So it's going to be as orange as, no, that. Hopefully, we shall see. So if you're here, if you're in the comments, give me a hello. Let me know that you're here and that you're watching. I am here for a little while, not too long tonight, because I've got to jump on a call afterwards, but I will be here. I've got my cards. I've got a couple of bits to talk about that's just quite interesting. If you have seen my posts today and earlier, I was talking about souls and sausage rolls. So let me know if you've seen that one and if you're intrigued to know what I mean by souls and sausage rolls. So let's see who's on, who's here. If you are here, let me know. I haven't got any comments coming up yet, but I will keep an eye out. So let me know that you're here. It says that there's a few people watching, but for some reason I do not see any comments. Let's have a look. Okay. Right. Oh, yay! Right, Laura, I can see yours. Woohoo! Hello. So keep all the comments coming in. I'm just going to make sure this is shared and I will tag everybody in it. Okay, I'm just going to tag my bud. Where's she at? Where is she? Oh, let me tag. Okay. Right. Hopefully, Beth, you find it. So yes, if you're watching, I'm feeling a bit manic. So I'll give myself a little enough time to do my hair. And it's quite fluffy tonight as well. I thought I'd give myself enough time and I was meant to leave it on for a lot longer than I thought. So that soaked up all of the time that I was meant to put the next dye on the top. So I've had time to rinse off the other thing, dry it off quickly, pop on, and then I'll be popping on this beauty. So you can see how bright it is. That is bright. So now I've stripped out kind of the brown at the top. Then hopefully I will have some bright orange hair. So I have got a little rundown for you this evening. So I will be doing readings in a bit. I've got a few bits to talk through. So I'm going to be doing a bit of a chat. And then just as a little bit, when this, where has it gone? When that comes up on the screen, that means I'm doing readings at this point in time. If it's not on the screen, I'm not doing readings. But I will be doing some. I'm just going to wait for a few of you to pop on. A few of you to say hello. Belinda, you're on. How are you doing? Christine, hello. How are you? So, yeah. How has your week been so far? We're only on Tuesday. How was your last week? Let me know how you are getting on. If you're homeschooling, let me know how that's going. As you can see by my face, I'm thrilled. That's all right. That's okay, lovely. Don't worry, I will be doing readings shortly, though, just making sure everyone's on. Jackie, you're on. How are you doing? Nice to see you on here. Emily, hello. So, yes, I was going to be talking about... Let's find my little banner, because I did make it. Because you might not even understand what I'm actually saying, and you might second guess. But, yes, I did say souls and sausage rolls. So, tonight, as well as doing some readings, I'm going to be talking to you about past lives and about souls and sausage rolls, and you might be thinking, what is she talking about? But it will make sense, I promise. But I'm intrigued to know, to begin with, I want to ask you about past lives and past life healing. Have any of you watching done any past life work? Can you remember anything from a past life? Pop it in the comments and give me a shout. Let me know and we can have a good old chit chat about that, because I'm really intrigued. Also, I wanted to share with you some information about my own past lives that I've been looking into. And as a few of you know, I am doing my qualifications in past life regression hypnotherapy, past life regression hypnotherapy, and also past life healing. So very soon I will be qualified to offer that as a package as well. But tonight I just wanted to have a chat and kind of if you were intrigued by past lives, or if you don't know much about it. I really want to share it, and also to kind of talk about the aspect of the soul. So you might have seen on my page earlier, I shared a post and it said, I'll tell you exactly what it said. It was, where are we? You live in a body, you are a spirit, and you have a soul. And I was asking, what's the difference? And I have another chat. Yes? Not tonight. Yes, okay. So there we go. So yes, where was I? So talking about the past lives and whatnot, and the souls and the body, the spirit and the soul. Because a lot of the time people assume that the spirit and the soul is the same thing, and it's not. And also another question that I get asked about is when I talk about past lives and kind of the reincarnation and souls traveling through different lifetimes, a lot of people say to me, well, say for example, like if your granddad's passed away, how does he communicate with me when he's kind of reincarnated into another body? So this is kind of the how and the why. So this is where I'm going to get into talking about souls and sausage rolls. If you're following what I'm talking about, give me a little yes or a little something in the comments just to let me know that I haven't lost you yet, or if you're intrigued to know. Also, if you do know anything about past lives or your own past lives, pop it in the comments and we'll bring it up on screen and have a chat about that. But yes, souls and sausage rolls. What am I even talking about? So when we talk about the spirit and the soul, they are two completely different things. So you've got your body, which is obviously your physical body. Then you have your spirit, which is kind of like your personality within this lifetime. And then you've got your soul, which is your kind of, it's still in there, but it's bigger than the spirit. So the soul is a continuous thing, whereas the spirit is, it's hard to explain. So this is where the sausage rolls come in, okay? So if you imagine you've got a sausage roll, and that's, on the whole, it's a sausage roll. And then on the inside, you've got your sausage meat. Then on the outside, you've got your pastry. So the outside, the pastry, is essentially the spirit, and perhaps you can sort of say the body's there as well. So that spirit is the outside bit, whereas you've got the sausage meat in there. That's the soul. Okay, so the soul is still within there. It runs through. That's almost like the core, and then the spirit is the casing for the soul in each lifetime. So then when we pass here in our current lifetime, the spirit will go up, and that's how mediums can work. They can work with the spirit. However, the soul will come up and will reincarnate into something else and then take on a new spirit and a new body. So is that making sense? Does anyone have any questions? What I'm going to do, I'm going to let you digest that, just take in that information, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit more about souls and sausage rolls. But for a little bit, for a few minutes, I'm going to do some readings, okay? So it is coming up on the screen. I'm going to press the ticker, and there we have it. So I'm going to squeeze in 3 readings, and then I'm going to go back to my sausage rolls. But yes, pop in the comments, let me know. I'm just going to do a share because I think some people are struggling to get on for some reason. Let's have a look. Also, don't be shy to share or tag anyone if you want to. You don't have to, but it's always nice to have a share and a tag and whatnot. Let me just, I can't even find what I'm looking for now. I don't know if the comments are slow tonight, or if they've stopped working, or if everyone's just a bit quiet. But don't be shy and let me know in there. Right, Belinda, yes, you can absolutely have a card. I will pull for you next. Okay, let's have a, there we are. Okay, I'm just going to tag. It will not find her. Okay, I'm trying to tag my best friend in this because she can't find, is that her? There she is. Okay, hopefully she's in. Michelle, you're on. Pat, that's okay. Okay, so I was going to pull for Belinda, wasn't I? I've got my tarot here, so let's pull for you and see what's going on. So if you're still, oh, that one's just come out. If you're still hanging on after the sausage rolls talk, then you're You're a trooper. So, okay, I'm gonna, like I say, I'm gonna do 3 card readings. So I'm gonna pull for Belinda just now, and then I'll pull another couple, and then we'll go from there. Okay, Belinda, Donna, you've got the next one, and then Michelle. Okay, so I'll pull these for Belinda, and then I'll go for Donna, and then I'll get talking about my sausage rolls thing again. Right, okay, Belinda, for you, you've got the Tower, you've got the Queen of Cups, and you've got the Magician here. Okay, so looking at these, I'm going to say for you, I'm feeling that kind of fight or flight mode coming in, and I feel kind of, when I've done readings for you before, I've been drawn very much to the same situation over and over again. And at the minute, gladly, I'm quite detached from this. And I feel like this is more about you and your own practice, your own spiritual practice. And what I want to say to you is to kind of not make a little distance, but almost pull back from what people expect you to be, from what they expect you to be doing, and to kind of do things your own way. I'm feeling very pulled in with the moon with you, especially we've got the new moon coming up tomorrow night as well. So if you haven't set any new moon intentions, or if you haven't got any new moon ritual in place, I would maybe do something tomorrow night, because that looks to be very important, especially there for the heart chakra for you. But this one, by way of communication, you need to work on your practice more, work on your spiritual work more, because with this one, I'm getting this kind of fight or flight. And I feel like you're doing so much, and then you'll pull back, and then you do it again, and then you'll pull back. So I think you need to just kind of dive into it, have the confidence to keep going, and just go for it. So those are for you, Belinda. I'll do them. All more comments coming in. Yay! Nikki, you're on. Hello. Laura says the old soul, especially. Yes. Okay, I'll pull a couple of cards, a couple more, and then I'll go back to the sausage rolls, and then I'll pull some more cards, because I want to make sure everyone hears about these sausage rolls. There we go. Belinda says, yes, I love the moon. I need to practice my cards more. Absolutely. Yay, Beth, you made it. That's okay. You're not too late. I didn't come on till 1:15 anyway. So we've got Donna, who is a first timer. So let's pull for you. Let's have a look. Okay. And then the next one. Oh, wow, Donna, what are you doing to my cards? Right, let's see which ones have fallen out. Okay. Oh, you've got quite a wad there. Okay, 4 have pulled. Right, you've got the 9 of Swords there for you. You've also got the World in reverse. You've got the Queen of Pentacles, and you've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So for you, Donna, what I'm seeing here is, I feel like there's almost, I don't want to say not confusion, but I feel like you're kind of to-ing and fro-ing either between yourself or with someone else about kind of next steps or how you're feeling about something. It's almost like looking at the 9 of Swords here. I feel like there's a lot going on, and it stems down to this one thing, but I feel like there's lots of little bits adding to it. And looking at this one, I'm getting this almost perhaps someone from the older generation or someone slightly older than you. I feel like they're trying to lead you their way, but it doesn't actually fit for you. So maybe they do have your best interests, or maybe they're being a bit overpowering. But what I'm feeling here for you, Donna, is in with the throat chakra. You need to communicate more what you want and how you feel about things. Because looking at this one, I feel like for you coming up to kind of April, May time, you've got a chance to adapt more your own financial situation independently. And there, I feel like doing it your way and standing kind of on your own 2 feet. Not to say that there's going to be any separation or anything like that. You're not going to be on your own, but I feel like you will be able to be a bit more self-sufficient there. And I think it's just a case of putting down those roots and feeling into what you want to do with yourself, because I feel like perhaps lots of people are putting their opinions in there, which is all very well, but I don't necessarily think that is the right advice for you to take. You need to follow what you want. And I feel like that's where a lot of this comes in, that emotional stuff here with the 9 of Swords, because it's just kind of everyone else's garbage on top of your own struggles that you've got going on. So just kind of pull back from any external influences, do what you want to do, and just be mindful of kind of sticking to your own path on that one, not letting anyone kind of tell you how it is. So that is for you. The next one was, right, who was the next one? We've got, okie dokie. Right, the next one I can see was, okay, right, Michelle, I've got you next. And then I'll talk about my sausage rolls, and then I'll go back to doing some more cards. So if I haven't done you that time, don't worry, you will have another chance. Okay, Michelle, let's have a look. So if you've just popped on and you're a bit late and you're wondering where my orange hair has gone, fear not. So if you remember back in August, I had this crazy idea to have my hair purple. And at the time it felt like a good idea, but it really wasn't. But instead of having purple all over, I went from having kind of orange hair to having really dark roots and then purple to here. And then since then I've been dyeing my hair orange and orange again. It should be brown here and then orange on the bottom. So what I've done is used this color before thing, and it smelled like disgusting cheese. But I've used that and I've taken it off. I didn't have a chance to put my other dye in, but I have got my Lunar Tides Solar Flare, which is going on tonight, and it is going to be bright, bright orange, which I cannot wait for. So if you've come on and got the fear that I've gone blonde, I definitely have not gone blonde. Donna says, spot on, thank you. You are very, very welcome. Okie dokie. Right, so Michelle, your cards that I was pulling. We've got the King of Swords in reverse, the High Priestess, and the Two of Wands. Okay, so I feel like for you, where work is concerned, I want to go into, I don't feel like you need to retrain in anything. I feel like you've already got the skills, but I feel like for you, it's almost like there's another direction that you can take that can factor in, because I feel like what you do for work and like usually is taking a back seat, and there's other thing that you can do that you're not doing enough of. You need to bring that to the forefront. You need to be doing more of that, because I feel like now is the right time. It's welcoming you to come back in. And looking at this one, it's not going to just fall into your lap. Okay, it's not going to be an opportunity that's going to come about and be there and you'll be like, oh wow, this is great. Like, you need to, like at this one, I feel like you're just dipping your toes in it at the minute, but there's more to come. And in both of them there, you've got the two books about, like, there's the skill there. I don't feel like it's study, it's skill. But again, just the confidence to have that. And then there's almost like a break in communication. So I don't know if this is with your kind of your cards and your spiritual side of things, but I feel like I want to put you more into that, because I feel like at this moment in time, not as a full-time thing, but just to tide you over while the other thing's a bit out of action, I feel like this is a route that you need to take. But then in doing that, you're going to find your own way again, and that's going to just kind of grow and become better and bigger, and then you're going to have that confidence to kind of make it a bigger part of your life than it already is. So that is for you, lovely. I'm going to take my ticker off. I am going to be back doing more readings in a minute, but I want to just look through the comments and talk about sausage rolls again. So who have we got on? Let's have a, I'm gonna have a look through the comments, see who I can see. Who have we got? Nikki, Sherelle, you're on. How are you doing? Happy New Year to you. Sherelle, I need to message you because you messaged me and I thought I replied, and I checked and I did not reply. So I will reply to you and I'll have a catch up with you. Michelle says, thank you. Yes, I think so too. So I'll be back on shortly doing some card readings again, but I wanted to come back to the sausage rolls because there's a few of you on now and you didn't hear my sausage rolls at the beginning. So I want to get into talking about past lives, past life healing. And if you're in the comments and you've got anything you want to share about your own past lives or any questions about past lives, pop them in the comments. So I will get on to past lives, but I'm talking about souls and sausage rolls. So as I was explaining before, so spirit and soul are two different things. They are not one and the same, even though some people may think it is. So like I was saying with the spirit, that is your personality, the essence of you within this physical body, whereas the soul it's bigger than that. The soul travels through lifetimes, and the spirit and the body are just a capsule for the soul. So that's where the sausage rolls came in, and I was talking about them. And I'd said basically, if you imagine your sausage roll, you've got your sausage meat running through the middle, and then you've got your pastry on the outside. So if you imagine that the spirit is that pastry, that's like the bit that you can kind of see. It's the outer bit, so it's there, but then inside you've got the soul, which is the core of it, but you don't really see as much of the soul. So unless you're working on a higher consciousness kind of level, you're not going to do much soul work. But we're all kind of in tune with our spirit, because that's who we are. Obviously our spirit is what brings us to life. And that's why when I've been asked in the past, or if any of you are wondering, if someone says to me, well, because you have past lives and the souls kind of go from one lifetime into another one, if someone's passed, how do they still communicate with me from this lifetime? And that's because the soul and the spirit are two different things. So the soul will reincarnate, and the soul will take on a new spirit and a new body, and the spirit from this lifetime will kind of remain as spirit, and that's who mediums would connect with. So when you do connect with a loved one who's passed, that's the spirit you're connecting with. You don't connect with the soul unless, like I say, you're working on a really deep soul level. So let me know in the comments how you're feeling about that, if that sausage roll analogy is making any sense. But yeah, it's quite an interesting concept. And then talking about the souls, I kind of want to talk about the past lives and past life healing. So as I was saying, if any of you in the comments want to share anything of yours to go talk about past lives, any questions you want to ask me about past lives. But yeah, as you know, I am doing my training in past life regression and hypnotherapy, which is very, very exciting. I've had a few of you messaging me to ask if I'm doing it yet. I'm nearly qualified. I've nearly done it. I'm still close, but not just yet. But it will be offered as a package. I'm kind of thinking and looking through how I can package the kind of the past life regression and the healing together. So please do give me your thoughts on what you'd like and go from there. And I'm also putting together a past life meditation as well, which will be quite interesting. So it's not quite the hypnotherapy. It is to a degree, but it would be a meditation. And that'll probably be my next Balm for the Soul session. So if you missed my last couple of Balm for the Soul ones, then you want to get on the next one, because yeah, okay, you heard it here first. The next one will be a past life meditation session. Very exciting. So in the comments, there you go. Pat says it makes sense. Sherelle says very interesting, a good way to describe it. Rebecca, great way to explain it. Nikki says amazing. So yeah, the sausage roll theory, it's kind of like you've got more access to that outer casing, which is the spirit, and the soul is that bit within the middle, which is the meaty bit that holds all of this stuff. But then the soul will travel through lifetimes, gathering experience. And the way that I see it is your soul travels through lifetimes and reincarnates with a checklist. And funnily enough, obviously the new Disney movie Soul is not long come out, which we've watched God knows how many times now. Let me know if you're the same. But the way I see it is your soul is kind of traveling through lifetimes with this checklist of things that it needs to do to kind of grow as its experience, to ascend and rise up. So just because you're a female or a male in this lifetime, it doesn't mean you've been the same. Like the soul is not a particular gender. It will take on the gender of the body, the spirit that it kind of goes into. But basically they will have the checklist there of things that they need to learn, experiences that they need to have, and then that will obviously take them forward in different lives. But then with the past life trauma and the past life healing, sometimes the soul will go through experiences which they don't manage to work through, which they will take that trauma forward into the next lifetime and again, which can create a negative past life trauma. So then what that would do with that past life regression, then into the past life healing. So with past life trauma, it's interesting how it can be brought forward, because sometimes there'll be traumas that you wouldn't even think would make sense in this lifetime, but actually the pattern brought forward, it gives you cause for something, either if it's a phobia, anything kind of emotional, any life patterns, but also physically as well. So physical reoccurrences can happen like throughout your soul's lifetimes. So, for example, if you suffer a lot with back pain, it wouldn't be surprising to find out that you've had back injuries or you've had something happen to your back in at least one past life. So it's things like this that kind of works through. So with that past life healing, you can break the cycle with that. And then that can free up things for you in this lifetime, because the soul does have a checklist, but sometimes it gets stuck in that wheel of negativity, because if you think you've got that kind of mundane, you're in a 9 to 5, you're not doing, you're just kind of, you're on the wheel a bit. So it's not, the soul's not fulfilling its purpose within that lifetime. So it'll probably just do what it needs to do, get out of there and move into the next one. So Pat says, could that be why I don't tell people? Yes, absolutely. So this past life trauma, especially with this topic, it can relate back to persecution of being a spiritual person. Obviously, a lot of you will know about the witches, the witch trials, and all the persecution from the past of anyone classed as a witch or a heretic or anything like that, that have kind of gone against the usual way of doing and thinking. And they were persecuted. Obviously, the witch trials, you likely know all about that, with what had happened to people burnt at the stake and drowned and whatnot. And it's a recurring thing because at this moment in time, the world is very, very accepting of spiritual things. So we're kind of the most evolved in that area, as we have been for a long time, the most accepting. So from past lives, and it can be recurring and recurring, that people have had to hide away for fear of being persecuted in those past lives. And then that's why in this lifetime, so many of you may have these gifts, but have this kind of unspoken or like you don't understand why, but there's some deeply rooted fear of you not wanting to kind of come out of your spiritual closet, because there is that fear of persecution, even though we are in a time that's more accepting. But let me tell you, did you know that the Witchcraft Act was only abolished in Britain in the 50s? So that means if I was kind of doing it, obviously not with the internet and everything, but if I was doing what I do back in the 40s and the 50s, I could have been sent to jail under the Witchcraft Act. So how crazy is that? I think I might have mentioned that on the last live as well. So yeah, there's a lot of food for thought there, but with the past lives and things, it can kind of give you more into trauma and patterns and things for you, but also it can kind of open you up to skills, which is the exciting bit that I like. So with the skills, if you've been maybe an artist in a past life, if you have been intuitive in a past life, if you've been a writer, all these different things, when you do the regression, you can reach back into that and you can pull it forward. And yeah, there's so much you can do. And my mind is just buzzing. Obviously, I'm doing this course. I'm learning more and more about it than I already knew to begin with. And it's just so, so exciting. I wanted to relay that to you because I've had so many messages asking me about if I'm doing it yet. I just wanted to kind of get in on it. But I'm going to do a couple more card readings, and then I'm going to tell you about my personal past lives as well. So I'm going to put my little ticker back up. So fastest finger first. Where is my, I can't find the ticker now. Where's it gone? There it is, right at the top. So yes, let's see who's on the buzzer for the first one, because I don't know who's still here from before. So if you asked before, please comment and ask again. I'm just going to give my cards a shuffle. Pat, yes. Okay, Sherelle, and then Pat, I'll do for you. Let's have a look. I'm probably going to stay on for about half an hour more. But yeah, let me know in the comments if like what you think about what I'm talking about, how you feel about it, and again, if you want to share any of your experiences. I will do a few more cards this time than I did last time and go from there. So, but as you know, I'm live every Tuesday. So if you don't manage to get a card this time, you've got a chance again. So there we go. Let's have a look. Okay, so who have I got for? All right, come up. Right, Sherelle, you're up first. Okay, for you, you've got the 7 of Swords. You've got the 2 of Swords, and you've got the 2 of Cups. Okay, for you, I feel like kind of looking at this one, things are a bit of a whirlwind, or they have been a bit of a whirlwind. I want to go back to, for this one, July I'm feeling into, but it seems like things are kind of starting to calm down. It's kind of that calm after the storm. And looking into here with your Two of Swords, rather than having a choice, I feel like it's already been made for you. But I feel like this is probably a good thing. So if there's anything going on at the minute that you're not so sure about, or if you kind of feel like it's a negative thing, just kind of feel into yourself and feel that, and it sounds patronizing, but it is happening for a reason. It is for the greater good. I can't say that without thinking about Hot Fuzz now. But with this one, it's kind of saying that that option of choice has been taken from you at this point, but it is giving you the path that needs to be. However, looking at this one, over the next 2 months within your relationship, that bond will solidify. Okay, this is when I pull this one, I always get like the soulmate card with this one, and communication, truth, and everything. So this is that relationship solidifying there for you. I think it's just a case of embracing the situation that you're in, moving with the flow for now, trying not to kind of break away from it and go on your own way. Because I feel like if you imagine you're on River Rapids at the minute and it's kind of a bit bumpy, it's like, oh shit, and you see this little stream and you think, right, I'll go that way. So you're toddling down the stream when actually the river rapids were about to calm down and take you to where you needed to be. But now you've gone down this little stream thinking it looked calm. You've gone in the wrong direction. So it's saying like, ride it out just now. And like I say, over the next 2 months for you, things will look a lot better than they're looking now. But especially that relationship solidifying there for you as well. Hopefully that makes sense. Do let me know. Let's have a look, Pat, for you. Michelle says, I was never scared of showing my abilities. It scared me certain parts of it as I was so accurate. See, I think a lot of that with the accuracy, it's almost kind of like you talk yourself out of it sometimes when you're getting used to doing it. And it's learning. That's one of the things, is learning to trust what you're receiving and just really believing in what you've got, because I feel like that's when you start to second guess yourself, and then ego takes over. It'll take over the reading, and then you'll probably deliver something that you're not quite happy with. But when you feel into kind of that intuition and let that take over, that's when you start to give the really, really accurate stuff, because you're just going with the flow and you're giving it as it is. So Pat, for you, I've got the Queen of Pentacles, you've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and you've got the 9 of Wands. So again, I feel like for you, things with finances are beginning to look up. You need to set down those roots and kind of go more into it. I feel like with this one, there is financial distraction for you. And I feel like your heart is kind of ruling your head at the minute about where you're spending your money. But I feel like you do need to pull back a bit, okay? Although all these things are kind of lighting you up and you're feeling fabulous about all this stuff, I feel like at the minute, finances are looking up, but you do need to be more careful with your money, especially over the next, let me see, the next 3 months, especially. I feel like you need to just be careful. So anything that you're eyeing up at the minute, spending money on, make sure it's a necessity, okay? And then if after the 3 months you still want it, then buy it, then spend the money on it, because I feel like here, otherwise it's gonna change opportunities for you. Because I feel like if you spend money on these things now, that's not going to leave the money for something that's going to come up that you are going to want to spend it on. Because I feel like for you, between March and September for you, there is an opportunity coming up which you can really deeply invest in, and it is going to be a bigger investment. So that's why I'm saying be careful on the pennies now, because then when it comes to that time, you've almost like you need to save up a bit and put it to one side. So rather spending it on dribs and drabs, put it in a pot, and then when it comes up, then you've got the money to put on that thing. Okay, so kind of don't get that magpie syndrome of the case of thinking, oh, I'll have that, and oh, I want that, and oh, I like that. Kind of batten down the financial hatches and hang on in there for a few months. So that one is for you. Let's have a look. Who else? Past interest in past lives. Yeah, definitely agree with you there on the Native American one. I think we've cracked that one. Jen, you're on. How are you doing? Nice to see you on here. It's always a pleasure when you join. Sherelle totally does. Thank you so much. When you're free. Ah, bless you. Yes, I will pop you a message. I've got a call after this one. I'll probably be on for another 15 minutes, and I've got a call after this. So if I don't message you tonight, Sherelle, I will definitely message you in the morning. So let's have a look. Who's next? Let's pull some more cards. Right, Rebecca, you were next. So let's have a look for you. I'm gonna put them back in different places. Okay, let's feel in and have a shuffle. What are you thinking of my dress tonight, guys? Do you like? It's my foxy dress. I don't know if you can even see it properly, but it's like a little tea dress with the foxes. I got it. I seen it come up on a Facebook. It was from Little Wings Factory. So I seen it and it was on sale. So I was just like, yeah, I'll have that. Spend my Christmas money on it. Pat, you are welcome. Yes, absolutely. Concentrate on paying the essentials for now. That is it. Yeah, save up and then you'll have that money there to kind of pay for the big thing that is coming for you. Okay, so Rebecca, for you, let's have a look. Okay. Right, there's resistance there. Okay, I need to take that one and then I need to take that one. Right, so I've actually pulled 4 out for you, lovely. So you've got the 8 of Wands, the Sun, you've got the Wheel in reverse, and you've got the 7 of Swords in reverse there. So looking on here, I feel like for you at this one, work, I want to say work's going slow, but it's not. And I'm a bit confused with that because I feel like I want to say it's slow, but you don't stop. And I don't know, are you still working at the minute or are you off because of everything going on? Let me know. But this one's kind of saying, I don't know, I'm stuttering as well because I'm getting so much confusion around your work situation. It's almost like you don't know if you're coming or you're going. And for some reason, I'm feeling August into this. I don't know if it's August past or August to come. But I'm just kind of, yeah, so I'm going to come back to that one because that one's thrown me a little bit, if I'm being completely honest. But they're actually, with the Sun, this is bringing new opportunities for you, okay? So actually, combined with that work one, hang on in there with the work situation because that new opportunity is coming. I feel a case of communication in this one and setting boundaries because I feel like where work is concerned, people are expecting too much of you and you're either not getting paid for it or you're not getting recognized for it. And it's just kind of, I feel like the slow but fast thing is it's boring for you and you're not being fulfilled out of it, but you're just constantly on the go. There you go, spot on, still working. No, perfect. So there we go. So yeah, with that one, I feel like work-wise, new opportunities are coming for you. However, I want to look into, right, okay, we've got 10, 11, 21. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this year, definitely I'm seeing for you, I don't know necessarily a change in the whole job, but there's a change within your work. And I feel like that is more positive. Also, looking at this one, whether that's maybe a promotion or a role that you take on that gives you like a higher responsibility, maybe, is what I'm feeling. So work-wise there. And then maybe the reason I was getting separately with the others, because these two I feel are a different situation. I want to look at these from a social or for a family kind of perspective there. And in this one, I am seeing detachment, and not just because of what's going on with COVID and everything, but I feel like for you, the detachment, it's almost like people saying they'll be there and then they're not there, or people promising things and not delivering. And I just feel like there's a lot of kind of empty promises around you at the minute, and it's kind of weighing you down. And at this one, it's almost saying, do you wait and hang on for someone to do it for you, or do you just crack on and do you just do it yourself? So what I would say here is, I feel like with everything going on with you, where kind of with the work situation, and I just feel like you just need a good sit down and you need to let your feet rest. I kind of, it's a rock and a hard place with this one, because it's like, well, you need the rest and you need to let other people take stuff on. But then at the same time, if you don't do it, it's not going to get done. And I can feel kind of things bubbling there for you. So what I want to say is kind of draw a line here. I feel like kind of the throat chakra coming through. You need to speak up, set boundaries, and kind of almost to a degree say what you expect, and kind of lay down the law almost, because I feel like people are pushing and pushing, and it's almost like that boundary keeps moving and moving and moving. So definitely make it clear what you do and don't want, and what you will and won't tolerate, and also what you want people to do, because I feel like you just kind of hanging around waiting for them to do it is not going to be done, even if they're saying, oh, I'll do that for you, or if you need me, like kind of I'll help you out. There's just lots of empty promises that I'm not feeling particularly. So you need to lay down the law, but also in work as well, because I feel like there's a more powerful role for you there where you can take on more responsibility and you'll get more recognition for all the hard work that you actually do put in. So that was, I felt like I've waffled for ages on that one. All right, we've got Christine next for you. Michelle says not worn jeans for 2 months, still on your boot ankle. Oh no, bless you. Oh, Rebecca, I'll try to find it hard though. I know, you just got to kind of put on the big girl pants and embrace it and just be like, right, okay, I've got this. Like you need to own your shit, okay? You need to own it. There you go. You got my first swear word of the night. You are very, very welcome. There we go. Right, okay, so Christine, for you, let's have a look. I'll do a couple more readings and then we'll kind of talk into the past lives. I'll tell you about mine. Tell you what, I'll show you mine, you show me yours. How are we feeling about that? So if anyone knows anything about their own past lives or have any questions about past lives, let me know in the comments and I'll come to them after I've done a couple of readings. So Christine, for you, you've got the Four of Swords there. You've got the Queen of Cups and you've got the Page of Cups. Okay, so I feel like this is very familiar. I feel like I've pulled this one for you recently. I may be wrong, but I feel this card feels familiar for you. With the Queen and the Page of Cups there, I'm feeling like balancing your time between, I feel like this one's telling me that you need you time for yourself. You need to kind of make that distance to just kind of sit, put your feet up, kind of digest everything that's going on and just kind of have you time, because in this one, I feel like there's so much going on around you. And even though this is the Page, I'm getting a real like matriarchal quality from this one. And it's almost like everyone's coming to you for advice, or people come to you for help, and you're helping everyone else. You're telling them things, or kind of confiding in you and all of this. But you can't be everything to everyone all of the time. So this one is saying, make sure you're taking a step back. Make sure you're kind of having that time for yourself. And just almost like putting your feet up, and even if you're not actually doing anything, just having a rest, because I feel like you really, really need it. But here with your Four of Swords, this one's bringing me between now and up to April. I'm pulling in solar plexus here. I feel like you're within two minds of things. And with this one, looking particularly, I'm feeling like this may be concerning, like especially at the picture there, concerning a passing over of somebody who's already passed. I'm getting this kind of, you're in two minds about something that would relate back to that. So for some reason between now and April, there's a decision to be made, and there's almost changes afoot there, but I feel like it's up to you to get the wheels turning again, because perhaps this has been something that's been spoken about before or been started and stopped, but the wheels need to be turning where that is concerned. But as I say, with this one, you just need to take that time to step back for you to kind of let things sink in, and then just a sigh of relief and just to let stuff out. And also lots of water there as well. What I want to say to you, Christine, is don't be afraid to cry. If you need to have a good cry and let it out, do it, because you more than likely need it. And just kind of set some space for yourself, because like obviously when we cry, it's not always because we are sad, but it's just a release. And to actually sit and cry is so, so powerful to do that. So just take that time for yourself, let it out, recoup, collect yourself, and then kind of you're set to go ahead again. And then just take that time out as and when you need it. But especially where this is concerned, I feel like this may bring up a lot of emotions and a lot of kind of, I feel like it's either you toying between your own mind or other people up against you about what's going on here or decisions to be made. But I feel like it's for you to make that decision. Don't let too many people influence what you're doing there. Hopefully that makes sense for you there. Let's have a look. Oh, lots of you commenting on there. Right, we've got, okay, Laura, for you, lovely. Let's pull your card. Oh, I'm going to put my knees down. Oh, I've got achy knees. Oh, you wouldn't think I'm only 30, would you? Right, let's get me comfy again. Okie dokie. Right, let's have a look. Let's pull some more. Okay, Claire, you're on. How are you doing? Okie dokie. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to pull for Laura. Sophie, I'll pull for you. Nikki, I will pull for you. Emily, and then I'll see how I get on, okay? Because I'm going to do the past life thing, and I do need to shoot off in 10 minutes. So, okay, I'm going to do, let's have a look. So Laura, Sophie, Nikki, Emily, and then that's my lot, okay? So if I don't do reading for you tonight, you can catch me next Tuesday. But I do have something else to tell you about before I go. And I do have that past life stuff to blab on. Okay, so Laura, for you, you've got the Three of Swords there. You have got the Page of Cups, and you've got Strength. So looking at these ones, I'm kind of I feel like you've been through a lot of crap. And it's kind of at this point, you're starting to get, things are coming back for you now in a positive way. And perhaps even if you've given up, because looking at this part here, it's kind of like you've had your sights set on something and almost like you've been so close and then you've given up. But looking here, it's almost like it's kind of appeared out of nowhere and it's almost fallen into your lap. So where this is concerned, I feel like you don't have any control over it. It's just going to kind of happen out of the blue. And it will be a blessing, I promise you. But with this one, I feel like it's almost something that you have lost hope about. But over the next 3 months, so between now and kind of mid-March, I would expect something to change within your current situation. But looking here at the Page of Cups, I'm feeling for you, again, I mentioned this before, something with you where you can share your knowledge. And I don't know whether that's kind of you offering training or mentorship to someone, but you need to share your knowledge of what you can do. It's like you need to be communicating things with people. And I feel like a kind of, you know more than you think. And that again feels very, very familiar to me. But then with this one here, you've got Strength, and this one takes me also into August for you. You've got Leo there, so more so up until the first half of August. I feel like over kind of this sort of time, you're going to start to feel more into who you are beneath those layers. So I know I've said to you many times, there's more to you than meets the eye, but I feel like this time frame for you, and whatever this thing is, this is going to give you a different frame of mind, and it's almost like giving you a new sense of hope and a different, more positive worldview. Positive worldview, different view on. So no, you're just going to have a more positive mindset because this has come about. And then I feel like kind of leading up to that August time, it's kind of time to peel back those layers for you to explore more within. And then I feel that's where that's going to come. Okay, so it's kind of exploring your talent, your skill, and looking at how you can position that to share that with other people. So hopefully that is making sense for you. If it does not, I'm sure it will in the coming weeks. So there you go, lovely. Right, next, Sophie, we have got for you. So let's take a look. As I say, I can't stay on too much longer because I've got a call. But yes, my next balm for the soul session, I do not have a date for that yet, but I will set that, and it will likely be in the next few weeks. I'll aim to do one a month, so it will be a February date, but that will be a past life meditation. So if you want to get in on that, I will post more about that in the coming few weeks, and then you can book onto that. However, let's do Sophie for you. Okay, okay, that one wanted to come out, and that one, and that one, and I feel like I want to go that one. Right, okay, Sophie, for you, okay. Right, you've got the Queen of Wands, Six of Swords, you've got Temperance in reverse, and you've also got the Six of Wands there. So looking at these ones, I feel like without, I don't know how to word this. You need to pay attention more. You need to have your eye on the ball more, because this one's telling me that I feel like you're very go with the flow at the minute and perhaps easily distracted, or you're focused on one other thing, but actually you're not realizing it. But this one's giving me that to an extent you're playing with fire. And although it seems like you're in control, I feel like kind of it's only going to be a matter of time before you either lose interest and go off and then all this time's wasted, or something distracts you and then it's going to change things here for you. So what I want to say to you, Sophie, is to get your eye back on the ball. Kind of, it's fine and dandy to go with the flow, but you need to kind of get your shit in order at the forefront before you kind of go off and do all the other bits that distract you. Because I feel like looking at this one, I don't know if there's someone around you that's kind of talking the talk and buttering you up a bit, but I feel there it's almost like there's a person that is a distraction for you. I'd be very, very wary of that one. Also, looking at this one here with your 6 of Wands, there's, I don't know if it's a relationship or kind of an interest or whatever's going on there, but there's someone around you that's, I don't know, not a bad person, but the focus is just somewhere different to where I'd expect it to be. And I feel like when it comes to kind of when it really comes down to like the crux of it, your heart's not in it as much as your mind thinks it is. I'm hoping this is making sense to you, because I'm just like word vomiting what's coming into my brain. But here with Temperance, what I will say on this one is that confidence for you, I feel like you need to give yourself a boost, girl, because it looks like here, I feel like you doubt yourself a lot and you put yourself down a lot and you don't realize how amazing you are. And this one's kind of saying that you just take what kind of almost like you just settle, and you shouldn't be settling. You should be earning it, girl. Like, you should be earning your shit. You should be doing what you're worthy of doing and not worrying about if you're good enough for other people or what people think of you. Get out there, own your shit and do it, because I feel like whatever's going on with this and all of this stuff, you are worth more than that. So if there's anything around you or anyone in particular that's leaving you kind of feeling a bit uncertain, you're not sure of them, or it's kind of a bit iffy and you're maybe a little bit bored, I'd step back out of that, because girl, it is not for you right now. So hopefully that is making sense. I'm feeling like awfully passionate about that one. Rebecca's just booked the Balm for the Soul. Oh, okie dokie. I will go on and check that, because I'm not sure what the date says online. I'll have a look and see what the date says, and then if it's, let me know, what does it say? What are we on? Oh shit. Right, that's it. Okay, that says this Thursday. Right, what I'll do, Rebecca, is I'll get in touch with you and then I'll put you on to the next one, because it will not be for Thursday. I'll get you sorted with that. I'll message you afterwards once I've done my next call and sort that. The 14th. Okay, doke. Right, the website's pulled a fast one on me, but I'll get you onto the next date, because there'll be once a month, so I'll sort you out on that one. I think the last one was the 7th, wasn't it? So it'll probably be the first week of February. Right, there we go. Oh, let's have a look. Recently moved to get my job. I love trying to get back in the same room, do nursing. Ooh. Oh, there we go. That sounds fabulous. I could do it. Native American past lives more. Okay, cool. Well, the next Balm for the Soul I'm going to do, I'm going to write a meditation for past lives, past life regression. Goodness me. Yeah, it might take a minute to sink in. I'm getting mixed signals for that one, Sophie. So it may not necessarily be a romantic interest. It could be a friendship, a family member, but I'm just getting almost like stuff coming in that's not fitting right for me. So hopefully that will make sense over the next couple of weeks and stuff might fall into place. But you are very, very welcome. My throat's feeling a bit funky. Oh, 2 seconds. Right. Okay, that is nearly called time on me. because I've got to go and sort a couple of bits out, but I'm just going to check the comments and do the last couple of readings. Rebecca says, can it be scary? Depends what your past lives were. Kind of, obviously, if you've had quite a difficult past life, it can be quite emotional. But obviously, because you're in this lifetime, it's not going to do you harm as such. But the fact that you actually kind of revisit that past life and acknowledge it might actually do some release for your soul patterns within this lifetime. So it could work out more positive for you, even if it is slightly scary. But I'll make sure I write one that's nice and easy. So who else was it that I said I was going to do for? It was Nikki and Emily, wasn't it? And then that is me for the night, because I need to get off for this next call. Right, so Nikki, for you, lovely. Let's have a look. I'm going to go. Okay. Right, okay, doke. For you, Nikki, you've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. You've got the Ace of Swords. You've got the Six of Wands, and you've also got the Six of Pentacles. All right, for you, time frame wise, I'm feeling between now and June, things are changing. Also, where money's concerned, I feel like there is like an extra branch of money making to come. So if there's either an extra job or an extra source of income, then be absolutely open to that. I don't feel like that's going to threaten anything that you've got going on at the minute. It's just going to add to it, and it'll work like harmoniously. And whether that's kind of, I feel like it's more of a partnership, because looking at that one, there's two of you, so it's almost like one of you's got the solid kind of brings home the bacon, and then there's going to be like a little bit extra that one of you can do that's just going to add to the family pot, as it were. With this one as well, I feel like family or anyone around you, I feel like someone's very curious at the minute, and not for a bad reason. However, the way that they word things may not come out quite right. So be aware that they may not actually say what they mean. I feel like there's someone around you that they want to ask you things, but I feel like they don't necessarily know the right words to say. I feel like this is a younger male as well. Okay, so there's kind of maybe looking out for any signs of things that are unsaid to kind of approach conversations there, because I feel like it's kind of something that's very much in the public eye. However, there's deeper levels to it that they maybe want to talk about, but they don't know how to vocalize that. So look into that, because I feel like they want to be having a chat. I feel like also with this younger male here, there's changes happening that maybe is what they want to talk about. Hopefully that makes sense on that part. But here for you, looking at this one, I feel like kind of, I want to say 4 weeks. The next month for you might still be quite stressful. I feel like it's kind of like you can't just sit and be at peace. However, over the next 4 weeks, things will tend to calm down. This one's given me for you, there's a transition and almost a breath of fresh air coming in as well. So I want to go back into family, not with the same person here, but someone else. I feel like it's kind of, there's a new, something's been revisited, but with a fresh vibe about it. So if you've looked at something before and it's either been a no, or you've got so far and then you've had to come back and step back, this one's giving me those kind of fresh eyes on something here. And I feel like things will probably turn out different in a positive way to what they did last time. So those ones are for you, lovely. Hopefully that makes sense. And again, if not, in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. And then the last one of the evening is Emily. Where are you? Where are you at, girl? Sophie, you are welcome. Michelle's off to bed. Bless you tonight, Michelle. Where have you gone? Oh, there you are. Okay, Emily, so for you, you've got the last reading of the night. I was going to talk to you about my personal past lives, but I'm going to maybe save that for next week's show, and I'll talk to you about mine, because I really do want to go quite in depth for them. I don't want to just skim the top. So what I would say to you is, in the meantime, if you want to kind of do any digging, see what you can feel into for your own past lives, and we'll have a big full past life conversation next week. Okay, right, Emily, for you, you've got the Five of Swords there. You've got the Wheel, and you have got the Star. So again, for you, this one especially, this is your spiritual side coming in. And I feel like maybe, again, you've been thinking about kind of delving into that, building yourself more. But I feel like at this point, it's almost like you're not sure where to start. And I feel like for you, it's almost like you need to get into what your niche is. Because when people are spiritual, we don't just do everything. You probably have one thing that you connect with better, and I feel like you need to figure out what that one thing is before you continue practice with it. Because say, for example, if you've got a deck of cards and you can't connect with them, and it's just not working, then you're going to kind of tell yourself, you're going to doubt your abilities. But it might be the fact that cards aren't your tool of choice, as it were. That's not your skill. So there could be something else. So whether there's cards or whether there's anything else that you're trying to receive or use or do, maybe look at within the same area but different kinds of either techniques or tools to use, and that will hopefully give you much better results with that one. Also, with this one's concerned, where you've got the Five of Swords and the Wheel, this one, I feel like where family are concerned, you need to set boundaries. I feel like people are going to keep pushing and pushing, and you kind of, at this point, you need to lay down the law. But what I want to say in here is that don't be afraid to ask for help. I feel like for you, almost like you are capable of doing things on your own, but you need to remember that you need to have that time for you. So I feel like you can ask for help, but you need to open up to the possibility of asking for more help when you need it. Don't just take on this persona of, it's all right, I've got it, I can do everything, I'm all right, because you can, but it doesn't mean that you should. So with this one as well, let other people take on responsibilities, especially where these boundaries are concerned, because I feel like there's a boundary there of which you've perhaps set before, and they're stepping back and you're taking it, and they're stepping back and you're taking it. So then you're taking on more work and they're doing less work, and they're sat there like with all the cream having a laugh while you're burning yourself out. So maybe reevaluate boundaries here, especially I'm quite drawn to a male in this one. Recheck them ones and kind of set the line and then move forward from there. So hopefully that is making sense for you as well. Yes, I got my fox dress on. I'm foxy lady. Right, Nikki, you are very welcome. Oh my God, tell me about it. Like trying to juggle everything and homeschooling is just chaos. So anyone else out there juggling it at the minute, we got this. We've got it. I promise. Maybe. I don't know. Where's the wine? Right, so that is me. I've stayed on for longer than I needed to. I need to hop off for my next call, but I'll be back next week talking more about my personal past lives, asking you questions about yours, and I will give you a date for the next Balm for the Soul. Rebecca, I'll be in touch with you, and also there is my So the Soul Circle is open for new members, and this month only, if you use the code 10OFF, it will take £10 off your monthly membership, not just for this month, but for every month henceforth. So if you are interested in the Soul Circle, I'm going to put this comment in here, and you can click the link and you can check it out. And if you want to join the Soul Circle, I would be very, very glad to have you. But on that note, thank you all for joining me. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. Next time you see me, I will have bright orange hair, not this crazy washed out blonde that I've got. So lots of love to you all. Thank you again. Take care, and mwah. Bye-bye.